folks, it's Nick Granville. Welcome to Guitar Daily. So that was just a little blues shuffle thing from Jam Track's channel. I'll link it below if you want to see the backing track. This is my Talman. I thought I'd just change the string, so I thought I'd bust out a little bit of a blues. So today what I thought I'd talk about in Guitar Daily is endorsements. That's why I've got the microphone here. There's probably going to be a bit of talking. So that's why I always like to start with a bit of playing as well, so it's not just all talking. Endorsements are a funny thing. People think that endorsements are these things, like it's something that you should strive for, and there can be some good things about endorsements, don't get me wrong. But there's this idea that you've made it once you get an endorsement, right? And to me, it's like endorsements come almost when you don't need them, right? Once you're established and you're a name, that's when they're all knocking on your door, right? Until then, you're just another player. And so it's sort of one of those things. I remember I was teaching at the university here in Wellington some years ago, and I remember talking to a student, and I said I'd just been offered a string endorsement. I didn't take it. And the endorsements I do have is with Ibanez guitars. I've been very open about that. If you look at the comment of the description of every video I have, there's always a thanks there to Ibanez and Fractal products. Although even then, Fractal really, I haven't really done anything other than just play the stuff. These are things that I want to play. Like I mentioned, I've been offered plenty of endorsements with other things as well, and some strings that I played the strings and I went, I'm not going to play this. It's not me, so why do it? Various other guitar companies, all kinds of stuff. So the thing is, anyway, back to that story about the student. She was asking, she said, wouldn't it be cool? Maybe I'll go and get an endorsement and I'll just get free strings. And I thought, that's the wrong kind of attitude that people think about it. Like, you got to think of these things. It's a business deal, isn't it? What do you have to offer them in terms of the business? And so the student, she had no profile. She was still in music school. What possibly could she offer them that they want to give her a free product, right? The thing is, it's got to be, what do you have? Do you have an audience? As one thing, that's become increasingly important now with YouTube and these sort of things. A good friend of mine, great musician in town, was looking at a string endorsement, and they basically said to him, look, you haven't got enough online presence yet, and yet he's a mofo player, but that's what they wanted. They want that thing. Nowadays, you have to have both, online plus some kind of live thing. Some players even just online. See heaps of that too. But I think the thing is, like with me, I was already established when I got offered this stuff. I was in the middle of doing Dancing with the Stars. That's when Ibanez approached me. I didn't approach them. That's the way it works. If you go to them, they probably get 1,000 people sending in their CVs or whatever. Don't do that. That's not cool. Get out, play your ass off, play really well, build a profile for yourself, and they'll come to you. At the time I got it, I got offered 2 companies at the same time. Endorsements from both of them, both guitar companies. I looked at the other one, was more kind of rock orientated, and the Ibanez were very much in with the jazz guys. There was like John Scofield, probably my favorite guitar player at the time. George Benson, when I was young, I loved George Benson. I still do. They used to call me the white George Benson in music school because I played so much like George. Like, I was really into that stuff. If you haven't heard Cookbook, that album's amazing. Anyway, so George Benson, John Scofield, Pat Metheny, so Ibanez made a lot of sense to me, as opposed to the other company. But I've had other companies reach out since, and I've gone, no, that's not going to work for me. This is what I do. And it may not always be this way, but this is just the way it is. But the thing is, I had something to offer. And that's the thing that a lot of musicians don't think about. They think, just give me some free stuff. This microphone's falling down again. Hard to find good stands. Like, what do you have to offer? That's the thing to think about, right? When I got offered mine, I was doing Dancing with the Stars, and at the time, that TV program was the most viewed TV program in New Zealand history. I think on average, they had 1 million people tuning in to watch it. Now, for a country that has 5 million people, that's a large proportion. And every time, and I was getting featured solos. We had Ronan Keating on there, and I played nylon string guitar, and they did a bunch of close-ups on my hand and the instruments and things. We had Delta Goodrem on there. I had a little bit of a solo wah-wah thing. Again, the close-up, that's what they wanted, right? And I was doing those kind of things. I was doing a lot of session work. I was doing like a lot of high-profile things. And so that's what the company was interested in, right? It's different these days because of the online thing, right? You have people who have a huge online presence and no real-world presence. And then the other way around as well, people who are out been playing for years, slogging away doing it, and they don't really have an online thing. And so I think the best thing you can do if you want to position yourself to get that stuff is try and do both. But to be honest, totally with you, 100% honest, don't even focus on endorsements. Forget about it. Focus on playing as well as you can, right? Make good music. Be a good person. You know what I mean? Like, get out in the world and do good stuff for the world. And all of a sudden, you'll notice these people will be coming to you. That's when you've got some power to negotiate and kind of work out a deal that suits both parties, right? It's a business deal. It's not just them giving you free stuff, although that does happen, right? That's part of the business. They want to know what you're going to offer them too, right? Like, so that would be my advice if you're thinking about endorsements. Think about it like a business. Right? I remember a friend of mine telling me once that he was looking at getting a hair product endorsement. I thought that was hilarious because, he had long hair that was very straight and perfect. And I thought, well, some people sell themselves to anything. I've never been like that. I choose to play Ibanez guitars. I don't have to play this stuff. It's what I like to play. These are, as I said, they've had a strong commitment to jazz guys, which is a large part of what I do. But they're a good company from what I've experienced of them. The people I deal with Ibanez New Zealand are really great to deal with, and that makes a big difference. Were that not the case, then I would not be doing this. And if they made crap products, I just wouldn't even do that either. Because, like I said, I've been offered some that I've kind of gone, nah. Particularly the string ones, I just went, I can't put my name behind this. It's not happening, even for free product. Like, what's the point in that? Play well and they'll be knocking on your door, and then you can decide if you want to. For some people, it doesn't make sense to endorse anything. I don't know that Tim Pierce endorses any products, does he? Any guitars? I don't think so. Because doing what he does, he wants to play all these different kind of things, I saw someone the other night who was endorsing Magnatone amps, and he said on stage, with Guns N' Roses, he has a Marshall amp and a Magnatone, his signature. And he tried to justify it by saying it's 70% the Magnatone and 50% the Marshall with Guns N' Roses. And I thought, maybe not. But I thought, if you can't have a product that really does what you need it to do your thing, then why are you endorsing it? I reckon it's probably more likely 50% the Marshall, 50% the Magnatone. Probably, right? Especially for a band like Guns N' Roses. Or maybe the Magnatone's the clean, the Marshall's the distortion. I don't know. But yeah, to me, that doesn't make any sense. If you're going to endorse something, like, put your weight behind it, right? And make sure it's the product you want to play. And there can be lots of reasons not to. But yeah, those are just a couple of thoughts I had about endorsements. Can be a good thing. Signature guitar would be nice. Come on, Ibanez. I'm being cheeky right now. Maybe one day they'll give me one, make me one. Because there's definitely things that I would do. And it's interesting in your mind to kind of work out what you would do. It would kind of be a mixture of this and my AR520 and my Schofield model, various things from all of those. And I reckon I could come up with the guitar that perfectly suits me. May not perfectly suit other people, but it would suit me. Anyway, if you've got any thoughts or comments, leave them down below. Otherwise, I'm just going to play you out with more of that blues because that was fun. I enjoy playing the blues. So, yeah, and otherwise, please subscribe because I'll see you tomorrow.